Hello everybody, this video is in sequence to my first video wherein I talked about Topper's productivity hacks. After the first video was released, I received a lot of DMs, a lot of mails and a lot of messages wherein students specifically wanted to talk about mobile phones as a productivity tools. They said that mobile phone is the biggest distractor, but they also said that the life without mobile phone in 2021 is indispensable. So how do we manage a mobile phone? Can we use the mobile phone in a way so as to boost the productivity? So that is what is going to be the theme of today's session. Today we will talk about Topper's productivity hack with special focus on mobile phones. Good afternoon boys and girls, this is Avinash Agarwal, your success guide in the journey of scoring more marks, cracking exams and achieving your goals. And as I just said that today we would be talking about part 2 of the video, Topper's productivity hack with special focus on mobile phones. And you know, as I said initially also, that mobile phone is an indispensable part of preparation. Mobile phone or any other technology is like a double-edged sword. Life without mobile phone is also not possible. It is not possible for you to prepare without using mobile phones. So we have to find out ways and means on how we can use mobile phones so that it works in our favor, and that is what we are going to talk about. So without much ado, let's move on to the first hack. So the first hack which most of the toppers do while using a mobile phone is that put up a timer of 5 minutes. The biggest problem of using a mobile phone is that you get distracted, and when you start browsing the mobile phone, you don't realize that it has been half an hour or 45 minutes. So what most of the toppers do is that they put up a timer of 5 minutes. In some cases, people also put up a timer of 3 minutes. So what essentially it means is that when the moment you have been using your phone for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, a timer starts ringing in and you realize that your time is over. So you don't get distracted to the extent that you realize it after half an hour. So the first hack is that put up a timer of 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and the moment your timer is over and the phone starts ringing, stop using the mobile phone. The second hack which most of the toppers use is that they put up the phone in Zen mode. So when the phone is in Zen mode, it is something similar to the airplane mode. I mean, so most of the apps, most of the notifications, and in some cases the calls also get restricted. So you don't get distracted. It only works as a watch, or it only works as a clock wherein you can see the time. Now here there is a word of caution also, that whenever you're using a mobile phone in the Zen mode, please note that in some cases you don't even receive an emergency call. Now there can be a situation that there is somebody, there is some relative, there is some friend who is trying to get in touch with you. So please take care that whenever you're putting up a mobile phone in Zen mode, put it up in small sessions rather than putting a mobile phone in Zen mode for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours. The third tip, which is extremely important, is that maintain a productivity chart using a mobile phone. Now I have done a separate video on this, and I would give you a link, and this one tip, if you understand and implement from this session, this will take your productivity to another level. So the tip says that you use your mobile phone as an alarm, and every day you maintain a productivity register. The concept of productivity register is very simple. Take up any register. There are 3 rows in that register. In row number 1 there is session, that is session start time, session time, session end time. In the second column you write what are the objectives of the session, and in the third column you just write down that what has been your overall productivity level. For example, you start studying at 6 o'clock in the morning. So the first session is 6 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock. There are 2 things you wanted to study: physics. These are the 2 things you wanted to study during this particular session. Now after that 1 hour is over, your mobile phone would play the role of an alarm, and the moment the alarm rings, you will stop studying and you would spend next 30 seconds in giving yourself a rating as to what has been your productivity of that session. Now, if your productivity of that session has been good, you can give yourself a score of 8 to 9 out of 10. If it has been bad, you can give yourself a score of 4 or 5. Now, what is unique and what is interesting and what is powerful about this concept is that, you know, if your session was not good and you give yourself a rating of 4 or 5, your mind and body understands that you are not giving your best, and you need to cover up and you need to pull up your socks and give 200% in the next session. So you don't have to wait till the end of the day. In the normal plan, in the normal to-do list, or in the normal timetable which we prepare, wherein we realize at the end of the day what we thought we would and what is that we have been able to achieve. And by the end of the day, we realize that the day was not good. There is nothing in our, हमारे पास कुछ बचा ही नहीं होता. रात तो ऑलरेडी हो चुकी है, टाइम बचा ही नहीं है कुछ करने के लिए, तो इम्प्रूव करने का कोई स्कोप नहीं है. Contrary to this, when you are using a session-wise productivity planner using a mobile phone, at the end of every session, you know that what is your productivity? Are you getting a score of 8 or are you getting a score of 5? The moment you get a score of 8, your mind sends a signal and you pull up your socks and give your 200% in the next session, so as to cover up whatever you have lost in the first session. If your session has been great and if your score is 8 or 9, you know that you are on the right track. You get excited, enthusiastic, and a lot of positive energy flows, and you try to keep that momentum. As I said that I've done a separate video, I would request all the students, please watch this 10-minute video. This video has got a lot of tips and techniques to take your productivity to the another level. The fourth hack, which most of the toppers do, is that they use mobile phone as a Pomodoro. Now, Pomodoro is a kind of a kitchen timer which was used to track time of different activities done in the kitchen. So in Pomodoro technique, what you do is that you decide what is your Pomodoro time. If your Pomodoro time is 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, a timer would ring, then you have a break of 5 minutes, then another 30-minute session, then break of 5 minutes. So using a Pomodoro session, I also personally implement it in my day-to-day work life, is that I have a 4 Pomodoro sessions of 30 minutes each with a break of 5 minutes each. Now this 30 minutes of Pomodoro session gives me a frame of mind of deepest level of concentration, deepest level of focus, and deepest level of seriousness in those 30 minutes. And at the end of the 30 minutes, if I'm able to do what I thought I would, I still have 5 minutes of enjoyment wherein I can go and have a cup of tea, or I can browse, or I can do whatever I want to do. So Pomodoro, most of the toppers implement Pomodoro technique in their preparation, and they use different mobile apps. They use different mobile apps on different phones to act as a Pomodoro. There are various Pomodoro apps on the mobile phones. For example, one app uses the method of plantation. Once you start your session, the app will plant a seedling, and as the session proceeds, the seedling will grow into a tree. But if you leave the session in the middle, the plant dies. The advantage of using this app is that it affects the student psychologically to complete the session, because nobody would like a plant to die. Hack number 5 is identify your black holes with the help of mobile phones. Now, what is a black hole? Black hole is an unaccounted time in your routine. For example, अगर आपके पास दिन में 24 घंटे हैं और आप क्या-क्या एक्टिविटीज़ पूरे दिन में कर रहे हैं वो आपने लिख लिया, और हर एक्टिविटी की अगर आपने टाइम लिख लिया कि इतना टाइम मैं लगा रहा हूँ और सबका सम अप किया, तो आपने देखा कि ये 22 आवर्स आ रहे हैं, जबकि टाइम आपके पास 24 आवर्स हैं. तो दैट मीन्स दैट योर ब्लैक होल इज 2 hours, and this happens with most of the students. Most of the students don't realize that they have black holes, but I have seen a lot of students who have identified that their black holes were 3 hours, 4 hours, and in some cases even 5 minutes. Now, the reason for this black hole is that either there are some activities which you are doing on day-to-day basis, but you are not writing them while you are calculating the total activities and the time spent. That is reason number 1 that they can be black hole. But the reason number 2, which is very, very frequent, is that there are certain activities in which we think that we are only spending 1 hour, and we end up spending much more than that. For example, you think that you're spending 30 minutes browsing Instagram, but in actually you are spending 1.5 to 2 hours. So that 1.5 hours will always go unaccounted for. I would strictly advise all the students who want to improve their productivity is that you can do a simple time tracking using a mobile phone, that these are the 10 activities, right from sleeping to studying to doing homework to talking to friends, spending time on social media, eating, bathing, daily core activities. These are 10-12 activities which you do, and write down the time which you spend, and you can track the time exactly using your mobile phone. And believe me, friends, you be ready for surprises, be ready for shocks. You would be shocked, you would be surprised that there are a lot of time which was getting unaccounted for in your schedule, and unless and until the time is accounted for, you can't even control it. So also on the concept of black hole, I've done a separate video. I would share the link. I would request all the students that they can see that link. And this black hole concept is also very powerful, and it would give you control over your time. The 6th hack which most of the toppers use is that they start monitoring your screen time and be ready for surprises. When I monitored my screen time, I thought that I was using my mobile phone for 2 hours a day, but I actually found out that this was 4.5 hours a day. So there are different apps available on the mobile phones with the help of which you can find out your screen times. Knowing what is the time you're spending on the mobile phone is the first step in controlling and reducing it. The seventh hack, which most of the toppers do, is that they categorize phone activities into two different slots. That is, and please listen to this very carefully. The problem is that we are using mobile phone both for productive activities as well as for our social engagement activities. And the biggest problem comes when both these activities get merged with each other, एक दूसरे के साथ घुल मिल जाती हैं. कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर मोबाइल फ़ोन को अगर हम ये डिसाइड कर लें कि दिन में मेरे को दो घंटे मोबाइल फ़ोन सुबह 11 से 12 और शाम को 6 से 7 मुझे यूज़ करना सोशल मीडिया के लिए, इंस्टाग्राम के लिए, फेसबुक के लिए, चैट के लिए, कॉलिंग के लिए, इन सब चीज़ों के लिए मेरे को सिर्फ ये 2 घंटे, इन 2 स्लॉट्स के अलावा मैं पूरे दिन में मोबाइल फ़ोन सिर्फ प्रोडक्टिव काम के लिए यूज़ करूँगा, 80% of your problems will go away. The reason that most of the problem happens is that because most of the times for most of the students these two activities are एक दूसरे में मिली जुली होती है और हमें पता ही नहीं लगता कि कब हम एक प्रोडक्टिव एक्टिविटी से अनप्रोडक्टिव एक्टिविटी पे चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि माइंड और बॉडी और मन तो हरदम चाहेगा ही कि ब्राउजिंग करते रहो. माइंड और बॉडी तो नहीं चाहेगा कि आप हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ कॉन्सेंट्रेशन या फोकस maintain karo. So the hack number 7 was that you can categorize your phone. You can segregate the activities when you can categorize and segregate the time wherein you use your phone for productive activities and categorize and segregate the time wherein you use your phone for fun element, for playing games or for social media or for talking, chatting, whatever you want to do. Please segregate those times separately and ensure that you do not use mobile phone during the other times of the day for engaging in social media thing. The 8th hack is that you can turn off notification. You can put the phone in the another room. I have seen that when I put up the phone in the other room, the body is lazy. The urge to see the phone again and again comes down dramatically. अगर फ़ोन स्टडी टेबल पे रखा रहता है तो मैं हर 5 मिनट में फ़ोन उठाता हूँ, और अगर मेरा दूसरे रूम में फ़ोन रखा रहता है तो मैं 1 घंटे से पहले उठता नहीं, बिकॉज अदरवाइज बॉडी की टेंडेंसी थोड़ी सी लेजी होने की होती है, तो आप कोशिश करते हैं कि ना ही उठना पड़े. The 9th hack is also very important, wherein you can use your mobile phone as a disadvantage. Set up the password of your phone according to the targets you have. I have seen a topper, I have seen a JEE topper. The password of his phone was that target JEE rank 1. Target JEE AIR 1. So every time his phone was logged, every time unlocked, he used to unlock his phone, he was typing the target. Now every time he was typing that target, a signal was being sent to his belief, and slowly he started believing that yes, he can do it, and his days become serious. It affects overall. It affects you emotionally. It affects once the belief started getting converted into actions leads to results, which further strengthens the belief. So once you can intelligently use the password of your phone and align the password, and probably you can change it on a monthly basis. Align the password according to the targets which you have set for yourself. The 10th hack, which is a mix and match of many things. Learn to say no to things which do not take you close to the goals. At times it is important to take something off the plate than putting everything onto the plate. So if there are any things which are not taking you close to the goals, you should learn to say no. Always keep an eye on the end time of the task. When we start the task, we keep a track of the start time, but most of the times we don't keep a track on the end time, and that is when the activities get stressed. A 2-hour activity gets converted into 3 hours, and the entire schedule of the day goes for a toss. So always keep track on the end time of the task. Find and effectively utilize your golden hour. Golden hour is the most important hour of the day. Golden hour is the time of the day wherein your productivity, wherein your concentration, wherein your focus is highest. So please ensure that you do not get disturbed and there are no distractions, especially in the golden hour. So these were the 10 hacks. I'm sure you must have found a lot of interesting stuff. The idea is not in knowing, the idea is in implementing them. And if you can implement even 2 or 3 of these hacks, especially black hole hack, for which I said that there is a separate video, especially that productivity chart, daily productivity chart, for that also there is a separate video. Believe me, my friends, they can take your overall productivity, they can take your overall study efficiency to the next level. In the end, I would like to give you a bonus tip, and like in my last video, bonus tip will simply blow away your mind. It is the most powerful nugget about productivity management or about productivity or about hacks to improve your productivity, which I am going to share now. Most of us think that productivity is about time management. Most of us think that when we are talking about improving our productivity, we are directly or indirectly talking about time management. But I just want to break this myth. Productivity is not only about time management. Productivity is also about prioritizing. prioritizing about what are the right things, and right things, prioritizing right things and focusing, putting our energy on the right things. All our tasks can basically be categorized into two domains. Either a task can be important or a task can be urgent. Urgent means that it has to be done now. Important means that it has to be done. It is important in achieving our overall growth. Now let's understand what is this priority. What do we mean? What do I mean by prioritizing, and how can we prioritize our task with the help of these two parameters, that is urgency and importancy. Now on the x-axis, on the x-axis we have urgent, and on the y-axis we have important. Now something which is very urgent, and which is very important. Now these are the tasks which need to be done now. For example, if tomorrow is a test, we should prepare for the test now. So tasks which are urgent and important, do it now. Tasks which are not urgent and not important, tasks which are not urgent and not important, we have to eliminate those tasks. Like, for example, going out for a movie, going out for a picnic, going out for a dinner. Now this is not important in achieving our overall growth. So whatever the tasks which are neither urgent nor important, we should eliminate them. Now there are certain tasks which are very urgent, but they are low on importance. Now all these kind of tasks we should delegate. For example, if you have to go and buy something from the market, you can delegate it to somebody else, because this might be, for example, if you have to go and buy medicines. Now if you have to go and buy medicines from the market, now this is an urgent task, but this is not important. This is not important for your overall goals. So you can delegate those tasks. Now, and the fourth thing is that tasks which are not urgent but which are very important. Tasks which are not urgent, which are very important. So if the task is not urgent but it is important, we should plan for those tasks. For example, preparing for next week quiz. So in the end, I would just like to say is that productivity, managing your productivity is not only about time management, it is also about prioritizing. It is also about energy management, what we discussed in our last video. In the end, I would like to say that the basic difference between topper and average student is not much in terms of quantity of study. It is not that they are studying 14, 16, 18 hours a day, but the basic difference between topper and average student is in the quality of study. Success is not about running fast, it is about running in the right direction. It is not about solving 10,000 questions, it is about solving 2,000 questions which have been carefully selected, judiciously and honestly attempted. Most of the students score less. Most of the students think that toppers have a very high level of IQ. Most of the students think that toppers have a very high level of IQ, and that is why they are able to do so much in so less time. But let me tell you, I have interacted and interviewed hundreds of toppers at different competitive examinations. The basic difference between topper and average student is not much in terms of knowledge, hard work or IQ, but in terms of systems, but in terms of processes, but in terms of prioritizing the right amount of things, but in terms of doing the right things at right amount of time, and all these things lead to a high productivity. Thank you, bye-bye, and all the best.